What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K20 for another build guide video, and today's build guide is going to be day 3 out of 7 on my 7 builds in 7 days series on my channel. And in this video I'm going to be showing y'all how to build my rebounding wing. Now I actually did do this build guide once before, probably about 3 months ago, but the video was really poorly made. It was one of my first videos, and I got a few slight adjustments that I would make to the build from how I made it back then, so I'm going to be remaking the build right here. And without further ado, let's get right into it here. The first thing on this screen, nothing really matters except for the position being small forward, your hand, jersey number, name. You can set that up however you want. Then you're going to go ahead and click continue. Now for the skill breakdown right here, you're going to want to go ahead and take this one right here, shooting and defense. This is probably my favorite pie chart in the game other than maybe pure playmaking, but for the rebounding wing you're going to want shooting and defense, so you're going to go ahead and take that right there. Now for the physicals pie chart, you're going to want to go ahead and take the balanced one. This is basically so you can guard every position. You know, you'll be fast enough to guard guards, you'll be big enough to guard centers. This build can literally guard any position in the whole game, from like a 6'3" play shot to a 7'3" interior force. Any position you got it clamped, I promise you. So we're going to go ahead and take the balanced one right here. Now for the attribute and badge distribution, the first thing you're going to want to do right here for finishing is you're going to want to bring up the driving layup right here to 64 and the driving dunk to 60 right here. This will be good enough for finishing. You know, this isn't going to be an amazing finishing build, but even if you were to max all these out and get a few finishing badges, it really wouldn't help you that much. You'd be just as good at finishing that you would be if you just left it like this. So we're just going to leave it like this. You'll be able to dunk at 60 dunk, don't worry about that. That's what my rebounding wing has, and he can throw down just fine, so you'll be good right there. Now for shooting right here, you want to go ahead and max out mid-range, max out three-pointer, max out free throw, but then bring it down too. You'll see why in a second. And then max out post fade. The reason why you bring down the free throw is because there's not really any point in having it higher, because you don't get any badges, and if you drop it lower than 83 you lose the badge, which you don't want to do. You want to have 17 shooting badges, so leave it right there. Now we're going to go down to playmaking right here. For playmaking you just want to max out pass accuracy and ball handle. You can see that gives you 6 playmaking badges. That's the perfect amount. If you bring down anything by even 1, it goes down to 5 playmaking badges, and that's not what you want. You want to make sure you have the 6. So now we're going to go down to defense here. You want to max out literally everything. Just go through, max out everything. And for some reason I still have 1 left. Oh, I forgot to put it into perimeter defense right there. There you go. You can see you have 20 defense badges with this build, and I'm gonna show y'all how to put on the badges for this build at the end of the video. But for right now, let's just keep going here on how to actually make the build. You're gonna want to go ahead and confirm that. Now for the body shape, it doesn't really matter. You can take whatever you want. I like just going with something random by scrolling really fast and then letting it go. So built right there, that's what I'm going to go with for this build. Now for the height, you want to go up 1 to 6'8". I see some people make them 6'9". You can do that if you want, but I find it harder to guard guards at 6'9" because it just kind of slows you down, and you can already guard centers at 6'8", so there's not really any point in putting it up to 6'9". I'm just going to leave it at 6'8". That's what I recommend you guys do too. Now right here for weight, you want to go all the way up to max weight, 260 pounds. You can see that puts your strength and interior defense way up. The only things that really go down is your lateral quickness, acceleration, and vertical, and those don't change that much, so it's not going to be a big deal. You're going to want that extra strength and interior defense on this build, so I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. Now for the wingspan right here, you're going to want to go +2. You can see that brings your shooting down a little bit, but it's not a big deal. My rebounding wing has a 75 3-pointer, and I promise you it can green consistently from anywhere on the court. If you guys have ever seen me play with it, you know I'm not lying. This build is an amazing shooting build, and look at that extra defense that the wingspan gives you. You're going to have an 85 block that's going to help you guard centers and power forwards. Your steal goes up 1, that's nice too. Ball handle goes down 1, who really cares? Plus the extra wingspan will help you contest shots and getting passing lanes, so that's how you're going to want it right there, +2 wingspan. Now for the takeover, this is a lot of personal preference. I don't really know why anybody would ever want the playmaker takeover on this build, so I would not recommend that, but I took the lockdown takeover on this build and I don't regret it at all. I think the glass cleaner one might not be the best option, but the sharpshooter one or the lockdown one, I think the lockdown one is the best. But if you want the sharpshooter, it's really personal preference. Even the glass cleaner you could take if you want, but like I said, lockdown is the best in my opinion, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that. And as you can see right here, boom, rebounding wing comparisons to Jonathan Isaac, Michael Porter Jr., and Kelly Oubre Jr. But I would say this build is also compared to players like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, because it's a really good build. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you all the final stats and how I would put on the badges for this build right here. Alright, so you can see right here, this build at 99 overall. This is the stats right here. 75 3-pointer, good playmaking, decent finishing, and amazing defense. You get 73 speed, but once you run on the treadmill, that's that's going to go up to 77, and your other physicals are all really good for a small forward. And of course, once you get above 95, they're obviously going to get better along with your stats. And I actually got this build to 99.9 while just playing park with it, not even going into my career. So that's just a testament of how good this build really is. To be able to get a build to 99.9 in the park is not an easy feat, and I haven't been able to do it on any of my other builds except this one. So there you go, that shows you how good it is. So now for the badges right here, the first thing for finishing badges right here, I just put on consistent finisher. I think it's the best one to have. You can put on whatever you want, it's really personal preference. Like I said, this isn't much of a finishing build, but you can really set that up however you want. Now onto shooting right here, you're going to want catch and shoot on Hall of Fame, Hot Zone Hunter Hall of Fame, Range Extender Hall of Fame, Quick Draw Hall of Fame, and then I like putting Corner Specialist on bronze just like this. Maybe bring down Hot Zone Hunter to gold and Corner Specialist up to silver, whatever you want. But this is how I'm going to set it up right here. Go ahead and confirm that. Now for the Playmaking badges, you're going to want to have gold Quick First Step, bronze Unpluggable, bronze Needle Threader, and then I like having bronze handles for days just like that. You could also put on bronze Break Starter, but I've never thrown a Break Starter pass out of bounds on this build. It has really good pass accuracy, so I'll recommend putting it on handles for days. But again, that's personal preference. You could also put it on maybe Bailout if you want, but that's how I'm going to put it right there. Now onto defense badges right here. There's a lot of personal preference for these depending if you're going to be playing the big man on your team or if you're going to be guarding guards, but the things that you really want is Rebound Chaser, Rim Protector, and Clamps, and also Intimidator. Those are the most important ones. Now these last four you really have some personal preference with. If you're going to be playing the big man, I would recommend putting it probably into Pogo Stick. If you're going to be playing a guard, maybe you want to put it into Chase Down Artist or Interceptor, or maybe you want to split it between Interceptor and Pick Dodger, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it onto bronze Chase Down Artist and gold Interceptor just like that. Like I said though, if you think you're going to be playing the center and maybe you're not the best at playing interior defense yet, you might want to put it on Pogo Stick in case you got to be jumping a lot. But hopefully most of the time, if you're good at interior defense and good at fighting for position, you shouldn't need to jump too much, so you really shouldn't need this badge. But if you find you do, go ahead and put it on. It'll help out a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that right there. And there you go. That's how you build the best rebounding wing in NBA 2K20. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm in the middle of a 7 builds in 7 days series, and this is day 3 of 7, so I got 4 more builds coming after this over the next 4 days. And also I'm going to be streaming tonight, so make sure you tune into that. Shout out to everybody who came up to the Elite 1 rep up stream yesterday. I really appreciate it, just like I really appreciate everybody who watched this video till the end. For real, thank you all so much for all the support, and that's going to be it. Alright, peace!